Hello YouTube world, Johnny Mo coming to you with another weekend video on growing your business with employees to cruise and how we did it. Honestly, I'm just doing this video because I just finished up plowing a church lot and I was coming down here to do this, so I'm just going to do this video real quick. I'm looking at the schedule for this week and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to pump out too many videos, so I'm going to pump out this video this week and I don't know when I'll get to the next one. But I wanted to talk to you today about priorities, and I want to talk to you today, why I decided to be the size company that I am at this particular time in my life. The reason why is, I had a customer say to me one time, he's from California, he owns property here in my town, and I was doing property with him, and he wanted to meet me, so I met him at the property, flew in, met him at the property, and we've been working for him for quite a while, and he said, man, Johnny, with your skill set, if you were in Santa Barbara where I'm at, you'd be a multimillionaire with your skill set. Did you ever think about moving out there? And I was so humbled by that. I'm like, wow, someone, I'm not a multi-million-dollar company, I'm nowhere near it. And for him to say that, and to get the compliments that I get from you guys, I really appreciate that. And I want to explain to you a little bit why I'm not a multi-million-dollar company. Because, I get a lot of emails now, and I appreciate the emails. And this is why. Because I live in a town that the biggest company only has 2 crews. The biggest company only has 2 crews. And that's as big as what we were. 2 crews. There is no multi-million-dollar companies. We would have to go a couple hours west, a couple hours south, a couple hours north to run into these $1 million multi-crew crews. So in my area, I am in the conversation of, if you came to my area and you interviewed local landscape companies, my name would pop up in there. It's just the truth. So for where I am, I am a dog barking in the lot. But we can't support that. We don't live in a community that supports that. Number 2, in this time in my life, I live by a priority code. I always have. And right now, as you can see, I don't know if my daughters are in the pictures or not, but I'm married to a beautiful wife who I chase around the house a lot. I catch her too, boy. She's a hot wife. I love her. And we have 2 beautiful girls. They're involved in sports, softball, basketball. We go to church every week. They're in plays, and we're very active. And I'm saying that because I'm going to share with you a secret, not only to business, but to life, how to be successful in life. And this is the secret. I have a priority list. Number 1 is God. Number 2 is my wife. Number 3 are my kids. Number 4 is my job. Number 5 is church. Number 6 is my hobbies. Okay? Generally what I find, I do some counseling on the side. I counseled, many people throughout the years, and what happens is, generally, when a couple comes to me and they're in trouble, their marriage is in trouble, generally what I find, it's very simple. Their priorities, one of the 2 priorities, are out of whack. Generally, I find that a wife puts the kids first. Generally, what I find about men is they put their hobbies first. And what happens is, when your priorities are out of whack, these other relationships fall apart. So if your priority is God and bouncing your decisions off God, then you're going to do right by your wife. You're going to do right by your kids. You're going to do right by your boss or your job or your whatever your business that you owned. You're going to go to church to learn more about God. Your hobbies are going to be whatever the time's left over. You know what I mean? I know some guys are very avid hunters, and when it comes to hunting, they'll spend as much money as they can on hunting. They'll buy the biggest and baddest gun. They'll go on exotic hunting trips, and there's nothing wrong with that in the priority list. But they'll put that all the way up here, and when it's time for hunting, then the wife and kids are just, whatever. I don't care about them. I'm hunting. I'm hunting. Or, whatever it may be. Sometimes the wife puts the kids above everybody, and then she pays no attention to her man and wonder why her man is involved in hunting so much, because he doesn't get any attention at home. He's just the guy that, provides a paycheck and, stuff like that. Or, no value system at all, and anything goes, and that priority list. And so right now in my life, my priorities are my kids. I'm going to be honest with you. Last week I was plowing a church parking lot. There was nobody there. I was plowing it, and my daughters had a basketball game at 7:30. And what happened was, it was 7:20. I looked down and I didn't even finish the lot. I just turned around and I went to my daughter's basketball game. So when they looked up in the stands, my wife was is assistant coach, and Daddy's there. Hey, I'm rooting you on. Your dad's here for you. My job is not more important to you. You're important to me. I love you. And that's important, guys. That's why, when you ask me, some people, well, what's your goals for this year? I'm just going to do what I always do. I believe in this statement: healthy things grow. Now, there's certain areas of my business that are going to grow. My snow plowing has grown, because it's healthy. My fertilizing has grown. It's growing. So I'm just going to stay where I'm at until we get to so I'm not working so much that my work doesn't overtake my relationship with God, my relationship with my wife and my kids. Because number 4 can't be more important than the top 3. Because you can have all the money in the world. You can have all the success in the world. But if you have nothing at the end of your life, at the end of your life, I tell people this: you're never going to look back and say, I wish I would have worked more instead of going to those basketball games. Or I wish I would have worked more instead of being at home at night to tuck my kids in at night to tell them I love them. I wish. You may at the end of your life say, I wish I started that business. You may I wish I wasn't afraid and I did step out. You may say those things, but you'll never say, I wish that I would have ignored my wife to make more money. You won't say that. So that's why we're the size we're at. That's why, that's how I do things. That's my answer for life. When I come up to a situation, it's a hobby. My hobby is racquetball. I have about one hobby, and that's racquetball. Now, am I going to go to racquetball, or am I going to miss my kid's game? Remember, racquetball is number 6, kids are number 3. I planned a date with my wife, and it's this Friday night, but I set up a match at the same time. Now, what am I going to cancel? The date with my wife? If you've seen my wife, you wouldn't cancel it either. That's a good one, baby. Yeah! I love her, man. She's awesome. But that's my answer. That's priorities. That's why we are the size we are. And I appreciate all the compliments you guys are giving. But I want to talk to you about something about software. I was watching Top Notch videos last night. Big shout out to Top Notch. I watch every one of your videos. Absolutely love your channel. It's one of my favorites. So big shout out. And he was talking about taxes and software in there. And how does this fit in with having employees? I actually forgot to talk about software because in my mind, I got ahead of myself. So if you are a solo guy and you're wanting to hire guys, I'm telling you, no matter what stage of business you're at, make your life easier and do software. Why? When I first started this business, a few years into it, we had about 45, 50 customers. We're humping along, and at the end of the month, I was coming home, and I was handwriting all of my invoices out. Customer, the address, what we did on the property for the month, total, subtotal, tax, and then total, whatever. And then you'd fold it all up, and you'd put them all in your envelopes, and you'd go mail them, and then you'd wait for your money to come in. Well, here's what happened. It's like 4 or 5 hours of non-billable time that you have to add to your mowing. Or whatever else you're doing, whether it be window washing or whatever. You want to streamline this stuff. And this is important. Like the way I used to do my taxes, it took me a long time to figure out this. I'd put everything in this big shoebox. And around February, I'd come out and then open the shoebox, and we'd have to sort all the receipt. This is the fuel bill. This is the repair bill. This is whatever your accountant set it up to be. And it would take forever, take days to do it, dude. It's like, how miserable it was. Again, non-billable hours that you have to add to what you're doing. Listen, if you're not making money and you're adding up all the hours, are you even making more than you would if you stayed to be employed somewhere? That's where software comes in. Once I was introduced to software, boom, it changed everything. I suggest getting a software program that has a scheduling thing on it. A scheduling device where you can schedule all your work Monday through Friday, or however you're mowing, or anything that's recurring, and you can schedule that. And at the end of the day, you can come home and mark it complete. And here's another. If you're a solo guy, now listen, these are years. This is just last year's time in, time out sheets. You know, I get a lot of guys, they make fun of me. You go time in, time out, man. You're so meticulous. Oh, you're so meticulous. As a solo guy, I use these not only to keep myself on pace, because listen, I don't want to be out all day. I got kids, man. I can't be sitting around, playing around, monkeying around with lawns. So I need to know how many lawns I can do a day. I need to know how long it takes to do these lawns. You know, on this particular day, on July 15th, 2014, we cut 15 lawns. And everything's time in, time out. And the reason why I did that as a solo guy, when I got the software, what I would do is I'd put all the schedule in, I'd print that schedule out, and I'd take it with me, time in, time out. But why do you want to do it as a solo guy? Well, because you need to know how long it takes. Because once you hire someone, and then all of a sudden they're cutting the grass, and it used to take you a half hour, but it's taking him 50 minutes. Now all of a sudden they're cutting a $45 lawn, it takes 50 minutes. Are you making money on that lawn? So two things either has to happen. Either he's playing around, or you gotta up the price of that lawn. You know, but you don't know that until you do time studies. And I have these for years. I'm talking. If I open up that shelf back there, years. So I can average it out. 1 year may be more wet than the next. And so I know about how long it should take. So if it took me 30 minutes, obviously you're not going to do it 30 minutes because you don't care. You're not the business owner. And it might take you 35, which is acceptable. But when you reach up there 45, 50 minutes, now I have to start questioning, what are you doing? What are you doing on that property? And so I suggest, I use Gopher personally. I'm not paid by Gopher. It's just something I picked up early on. I love it. They haven't done an update since 2006, and if they do, I'll drop them. So if you're watching Mr. Gopher, if you touch that program and mess it up in any way, you're out. You know, I don't want a web-based thing. Just for me personally, I have, you know, hard copy backups. I don't want anything in the field that's going to delay me from getting my work done. Because everything adds to non-billable hours. What are you getting paid for? When you add up all your non-billable hours, all the time you spend on the phone, all the time that you're out there, you're doing whatever it is that you're doing that you're not getting paid for, that all adds up into what the cost of the overall job is worth. So, having said that, you know, even taxes, I use a program called Quicken, Home and Business. Because you're going to manage your checkbook anyway. I have it on a computer, and what I do is there's a part in Quicken that lets you tag things like business expenses. So let's say that I got a repair, like I think it was, what's today, Saturday? Sunday. On Friday, I got my plow repaired, a new cutting edge on it. It cost me $335. So what I did is, you're going to bring it home and put it in some kind of checking account anyway. So I brought it home, put it into Quicken, put the receipt in a folder, not a folder, but a big bin that I have. And what I did is, when I typed it in, I put the place it got prepared, and then I pushed on the description what that was. It was called a repair. And then right beside the repair, there's a little drop-down button that I set up called JM. It's called the JM account. And then I put it in there as $335. Well, at the end of the year, what happens is, because I'm using that as my business checking account anyway, at the end of the year, I click on reports. Drop down, it'll say JM report for 2014. Here's what I do. I print that out, and then it has all my repairs, all my fuel cost, everything for the whole year. And then what I do is I mark the bin as 2014 receipts, and I go file that away somewhere in the attic or wherever you want to do it. You know, there is no more all these receipts forever and taking 5 days. I don't do that anymore. I'm helping you guys out now. This is what I do. It made it very easy to do this. So I print the report out. I go over the report. Make sure that if that is on there marked as a business expense, make sure there is a receipt for it. I'm not an accountant. I just know you better have a receipt for it in case the IRS ever comes. Let's say you get audited 2 times in your life. Make sure you have the receipt for it. The reason why, do not use QuickBooks. All right, now listen to me. I'm a sole proprietor. That means, I can go to my bank account right now and take out $5,000 if I want to. If you're not, you got to go through some legal loopholes. So I can't answer all that because I don't know. I'm a sole proprietor. The reason why I don't like QuickBooks is because sometimes my wife will call me. She said, John, I'm heading to Walmart. Do you need anything? Okay. Yeah, honey. Can you get me some Pennzoil oil? She'll bring the receipt home, and then I can circle those things as the write-off. Here's the nifty thing about Quicken. Quicken, I set up a petty cash account in Quicken. It's its own little account. So what happens is I put that in there. It's there as a petty cash. And then I mark it so that way I can put the report onto the JM report. Now QuickBooks, you can't do that. You can't use cash. You can't use your personal checking account. Life is just not perfect. I'm running a mowing business. I'm not running this grand scheme, awesome thing. I'm great with numbers, but I had to find something that worked for me. QuickBooks just doesn't work for me. It was too hard to get around stuff like that. How can I write that off? Well, Johnny, if you did this, you did a withdrawal. No, my wife paid for it out of our personal account, and I wanted to claim the receipt because that's what it went for. You know what I mean? I bought oil to use in the business. It's a write-off. I don't buy life's not perfect. And we're mowing grass. I'm not trying to do something illegal. So that's why I use what I use. Quicken Home and Business for my business finances. And it's set up. It runs perfect. I've been running it for years. I use Gopher scheduling for all my invoicing. I just print out the invoices. They have the address, my return address. I fold it. It goes into a double envelope like this. Right there. I just put and then you put the stamp on your out. 45 minutes all it takes me to do my invoicing. Something for you to look forward to. It also prints out these daily sheets, these time in, time out sheets. It's important if you want to grow your business and you want to get past being solo and you want to go. You have to look at the numbers a little bit more and knowing exactly how long it takes to do lawns. So when your employees are out there doing it, they're not raking you over the coals. Well, they'll never do that. Wait till they're on overtime. A 45-minute lawn becomes an hour and a half real quick because, hey, let's stand on the truck for a little bit. You're over on the other side of town. Just some tips, man. Look into software. I'm not a big software genius. I picked one that worked really well for me. There's Groundskeeper Pro. There's Service Autopilot. There's Lawn Monkey. I don't know everyone. I just found one, and I ain't changing unless I have to. Me personally, I'm not paying someone every month to use their software. It's just how I am. At QuickBooks, I want you to update I'm not updating. You're not getting money every month. What's the price of a lawn mowing? What's the price of a lawn mowing that I can put in my pocket? I want something that's a hard copy sitting on my desk, and it helps me out. It helps streamline my business. I don't have to think. I don't have to spend time in my office every night, coming down here, marking all the books, trying to remember everything I did. It's already in there. Prices are already set. When I come home, this sheet of paper right here, when I come home, what I do is I'll push complete, and it'll ask me all jobs, and it'll go all jobs, and I'll say yes. And then it gets shipped to an invoice. At the end of the month, I just push generate invoices. When I generate the invoices, they just fly out of the laser printer, and then I just, I fold them up. Takes me 45 minutes. It used to take me 4 or 5 hours to do billing, and then doing taxes. Oh God, it took me days. I get so frustrated, just walk away. Now, I can go do my taxes tomorrow. I haven't even looked at my I haven't even looked at my receipts yet. All I have to do is just click report. My accountant called and said, hey, I need a copy of your last quarter. Get on there, boom, print it out, get on Gopher, print out how much I made in that quarter, and just print that out, print the report out, and there you go. You got last quarter, and then you got my my write-offs. It's that fast. I want to encourage you guys to do that. I don't care if you have 10 lawns. Streamline yourself. You don't want to sit in your office all the time and be doing billables. Non-billable hours stink. You're not getting paid for it. And then it brings your hourly rate down to the point where, are you even making money? That's truly important. And again, let me tell you why this channel is here. This channel is here if you want to grow your business, if you want to go to employees, how to do it. If you don't, that's cool. Yeah, I have nothing against you. I have a lot of solo friends that they're killing it. They're doing great. This is for the guys that want to grow. This is what this channel's for. So, you solo guys out there, please don't get offended at some of the stuff I say. You got to do it the way you want to do it. I'm just telling you that I want to help you streamline your business, man. This is stuff that we've done over 19 years, and it's proven. I don't know all the softwares out there. I couldn't name them all. I found what I liked, and I'm telling you, hey, Mr. Gopher, if you're out there, if you're watching this, you change your software, I'll get rid of you. I love that software. Don't do it. Last update was 2006. I had a buddy of mine. He came to my office, and he wanted me to help him with his billables. Like, he's still doing it the antiquated way. And I told him what I use. He goes, well, I don't like that because it hasn't been updated. Well, you know what? I don't like when they update my iPhone. I just got used to using it how it was. Leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Listen, man, if your mower ain't broke, don't go fix it. I'll talk to you a little bit about that too. A lot of guys ask me, what do you do about your mowing repairs? We're so busy, I farm it out. I'm not going to sit there and go. This one time, my friend, convinced me, you can save a lot of money by doing it yourself. So we decided my Ferris mower had a hydro went bad. We decided we're going to change. I had to go find the part. It took an hour to call these places, then to order it. It was like $600 and some to order it. They shipped it. Then you had shipping costs. So you got it shipped. Okay, so we got a day loss there. And then the day came. It was on a Saturday. I really wasn't doing anything, so I'll do it. So he helped me do it. Like 6.5, 7 hours to replace this hydraulic pump. And I'm like, dude, I'd rather pay someone $60 an hour. When you're killing it and you're making $110, $120 an hour, what is that $60 an hour to have them worry about? I wasted 2 days of my life playing with this stupid little hydraulic pump. When you're solo and you can do those things, that's cool. You can break off your mowing list. If I break off my mowing list, then I skip a day, and then I got a double day, and then you got overtime coming. You're getting killed. So we have backups. We drop it off. The place we drop it off gets us right in and gets us right out. And I'd rather pay them than to waste time. Well, they charge $60 an hour for their labor. Dude, you're making $120. Who cares? It's a write-off. And then you're going to waste 2 days. Your time, listen to me, your time is worth so much. It's the one thing in life. You can go broke and get money back. But what you can't get back is time. I can't get back time with them once I blow that time. So I want you to manage your time well. If you're going to run employees, and you're going to get your business, you got to maximize time. Time is so precious. At the end of your life, you're not going to sit there and say, oh man, I really wish I would have worked more. I really wish I would have fixed more mowers. I wish I would have spent more time with the people I love. In today's video, it's about the people you love. Streamline your business. Go find a product out there that'll help you streamline your business, that'll help you make things easier for you. Because time, you can't get time back. And I'll never be able to get that time back. So that's why I'll never be sitting at a job and miss that time with my daughters. So if software can do that, then do that, man. Whether it be Service Autopilot, Lawn Monkeys, or whatever it may be. I just heard one recently about yard books. I don't know anything about it. but I'm streamlined, so I'm good. So I want to help you spend more time with your families and enjoy life, because if you're not enjoying life, then what really is it, Johnny's Mowing or whatever your business is called? Who cares? It's about enjoying life, living life free. And you know, this business has allowed us to live a great life free. You know, we're free financially. I mean, we just love it. We go out to eat when we want to go out to eat. We spend money when we want to spend money, and we live in a modest house, and we live a good life. And I want that for you guys, you know. These are some of the tips. So stay tuned for episode 4. I'm going to pick up where I left off. Now you got 1 employee. But I wanted to go in and talk to you about software. I think it's very important. I want to talk to you about life and priorities. And you know what? Some good things, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for comments. Thanks for everything, guys. Have a great, great week.